It's the Guitar Dads. It's the Guitar Dads.
Welcome to the Guitar Dads Podcast, a podcast for guitar people by guitar dads. This week, Josh goes all Nintendo on us, and we get a kick out of this new pedal. It's our annual walk down the hall, and down is the word this year. Gibson's new standard is not reading the room, and the guys grab their knobs once again. Name your knob this week on the Guitar Dads Podcast. And now, the two knobs you'd absolutely love to turn down, Matt and Dave.
Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Dave, and that was not like a knockoff of like the Guitar Knobs.
I was going to say, you know, there's a podcast called Guitar
I don't want to
Knobs.
like rip them off, but it was, because of the theme of tonight's show, I kind of, had to go there. So there you go. Apologies to
nice
those
job.
guys. Great podcast.
Nice job.
Go listen to that if you want.
It
to
is a
listen
good
to another
pod.
good podcast.
We got to do like a pod collab with those guys.
We really should.
Yeah.
Man, where'd my voice go? Well, what's up, man?
We're here.
We're here.
We're
are
back
here
again.
once again.
We had a week
off last week.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, no, we did. We did one.
Yeah,
last
we
week.
did
That's
one.
right.
We're back 2 weeks in a row. We haven't had to take a week off. I
Odd.
mean, geez.
I know. It's like we need a vacation every time we record a podcast.
Well,
It's not
that
good.
was too tiring. I'm taking the week off.
Taking the week off.
It has been busy. We are in the thick of it, but we're getting through it.
Yeah.
here. You know.
Well, thank
it's
you guys
March.
so much for listening. We appreciate you. You know where to find the Guitar Dads. Go check us out on Instagram and Threads at Guitar Dads Podcast. Also, come join the Facebook group at Guitar Dads Podcast there. You can always support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/Guitar Dads Podcast, just for $1 a month, just to keep the show going. And also, you can find us on YouTube. We are streaming these podcasts now live on YouTube. So come join the chat. Throw us your questions. If we have time to get to them, we will. We usually do. And so there you go. We are joined again tonight for another episode of Quiz Eye. Another game show we really enjoy. Quiz Eye for the pedal guy. Alex from Copper Sound. Alex, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, so good to
We
be
got your
here. No
sound.
technical difficulties. It was awesome.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
no problems.
Yeah, none.
We had some technical
Uh-uh.
difficulties, is what we're saying.
I'm sad I wasn't able to be here last week. We had like 3 feet of snow. It was a bit
Right,
bit
you
hectic.
survived.
yeah. No, just we were digging our way out. I was a bit bummed to not get on it, but here we are.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad
we
you
were gonna
survived it.
we were gonna skip as well, and then like Tuesday, I think I texted Matt like, let's just do a pod, let's just record because it's been we already took a week
Dave
off,
usually
so we
gets
should.
home. Right, you usually get home super late on Tuesday, so it doesn't.
I
work.
do, yeah.
But anyway, we got
Um,
it out for you, the listener. So thank you for listening. And
All right,
glad
well, we got
Alex
a lot-
dug out.
Yeah, Alex is dug out. We're dug out. We're getting some melting. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, the spring's coming. You can feel
Spring,
it. Yeah,
desperately
we can't
needing the
really
spring
feel
right
it,
now.
but
Well,
it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, we got a lot to get to tonight, so let's get right to it. Let's head into the Dataverse.
Welcome to the Dataverse.
All right. Well, it is our annual Knock the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show because yeah, it's hack. We do it. Okay, get over it. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees came out. I'm going to read the list real quick, just for the listeners if you aren't paying attention to this stuff. We got Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, Mariah Carey, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Lauryn Hill, Billy Idol, In Excess, Iron Maiden, Joy Division, New Order, New Edition, Oasis, Pink.
What is Alex doing?
What is he
Sorry, I can't stop laughing.
Shakira, Luther Vandross, and the Wu-Tang Clan.
This
there's a
is
lot of-
wild.
A lot of first-time nominees on here. Now, again, okay, you can at me in the comments. Go for it. If you're in the chat, at me there. How can we call this the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore this year?
They
I'm
gotta
not saying
change
these
the
artists.
name.
they have to change the name. These artists are deserving, but you have to change.
Well,
the
some of
name
them are,
because
some of them are
some-
not. But
well, yeah.
but I agree with you. Like it's odd. It's very
The Music
odd.
Hall of Fame. Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's also
And
odd that
expanded to include like blues
Right.
and jazz and
and it's also what's really odd about it is that the country, and I've said this before, the Country Hall of Fame is a real deal thing, and it seems like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame leaves country artists alone, right? Like they don't induct country artists. They did
Right.
induct Dolly Parton, but that was like a big deal, right? But I think they said like, well, you know, we're not really inducting her for country music. We're inducting her because she had such a massive, impact on the entire world of music. But it's odd that they leave country artists alone and then like everybody else is fair game, right? It's
Right.
quite odd. Yeah.
And I always find it interesting every year that there's always like you have bands like Oasis is a good example.
Yeah, always.
If you can have a short career but have such a profound effect on music, I think you belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You just
of
do.
course. I mean, Oasis definitely should,
But an artist like Pink, and listen, I love me some Pink. I really do. And we saw her back when she was first coming out.
And
She
we met
opened for
her
Lenny
guitarist
Kravitz.
at
We-
NAMM
yeah.
last year. Yeah.
She's incredible. But is it too soon? Like she's
No, it's not too
kinda
soon, Dave. You're
soon to-
old.
No.
I mean, what's the criteria at the Rock Hall? It's like 25 years since their first album was released or
Right.
something. Yeah.
And I still feel like yeah, maybe we are old, but I just
Yeah,
feel like
that's
she's
a
still
fact.
kind of yeah. I still feel like it's a little bit early because some of these other bands, like look at the other artists here. You have
Iron Maiden. That's the biggest
Iron
one in my
Maiden.
mind.
NXS. Melissa
Right.
Etheridge has been around.
Even
for
Billy
longer.
Idol that's
Yeah.
like 40 years ago that he was
Phil
popular.
Collins, first time
Phil Col-
nominee.
not Phil Collin.
No.
Stop
Alex, what do
doing
you
that,
think of this
Alex.
nonsense?
Oh, my
I'm just
goodness.
really trying to enhance the visual aspect of this podcast for you guys.
That's right. No,
Because,
well, you're doing
I-
a good job of it.
I realize my new fancy camera that Jordan got me has like more capabilities than the built-in one, so I've had a zoom thing, and it's really fun. Okay, I have a couple of things. Maybe actually one of them, I guess, is a question maybe you guys would know. Speaking of like going to Dave's point, talking about like the rock and roll aspect of it, I wonder if part of it is just like taking the spirit of the moniker of like the rock star aspect. Even if you're in your own field, you're like the equivalent of the rock star. Now, there's only a couple things I think of, like when you think of like rock star, right? We all think of bands and artists. There's also the same thing with like pop star. Like I feel like Pink is like
Right.
a pop star, right? But now there's genres I don't
Yeah.
listen to. Are there reggae stars? You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm wondering if it's still the spirit of like a rock and roll artist, as in like that upper echelon, known by name, known worldwide. But I still think you guys are on with something with like country took their thing and put it over.
Right.
Like, should other genres, is there enough in those genres? Again, because I don't listen to it, it feels like I'm a bit ignorant to it. Like, is there going to be, there should be, I would imagine, a hip hop Hall of Fame.
There
should
is
be,
a
like-
hip hop Hall
Yeah.
of Fame.
Yeah.
100 that's the other thing. There 100% is a hip hop Hall of Fame, right? And it's like,
Mhm.
well, and we just double up on it with this, which is like, I think it's a great point, Alex. Like that's the spirit of like these guys are rock stars, right? That's how
Mhm.
they reach this level of kind of popularity and stardom. And so, yeah, fine, but it is odd how like some overlap other genre Hall of
Mhm.
Fames and some just don't, and it's kind of an odd situation how they do this. So anyway,
Yeah.
but we like to
Yeah, I
complain
find it
about it
interesting.
because it's like a boomer thing to complain about. So of course
It totally
we're gonna,
is, and we've
we're
we've
gonna
done it
bring it up.
every year since we started the podcast, so we had to bring it up this year. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of controversy every year with these things. There's a lot of controversy with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we've covered all that on this show. But yeah, interesting to go through the nominees, and I don't think there's one that's not deserving on this list.
Isn't there kind of
But-
also kind of a somewhat rite of passage of like your first nomination, you never get in? Is there?
Well,
does that
they
exist?
do. Yeah, they do that kind of. There's been some notorious names left out. In fact, I think Iron Maiden How long have they been on? I'm gonna look this up. Well, you guys chit chat it out while I look this up. How
I have no
long
idea.
has-
If you're watching this, you're not going to see my camera. I don't know what happened to my camera. It just went black. It just went
Oh
black.
yeah, it did.
It just faded to black. Speaking of Metallica, oh, we didn't get to Metallica yet. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it won't. We're gonna find
Now,
out.
I will say this: Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden has been very vocal anti the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like he doesn't give a crap about it. And
Right.
he'll tell you all about it. Let's see. They have been nominated 3 times since they became eligible in 2004. They were nominated in 21, 23, and now.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, it's interesting. And I mean,
It
if
is
any
interesting.
band should be getting in, it's them. If you want to
Right.
celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there you go. Anyway, well, Matt just disappeared. Good, finally.
All right, it's just you and me, Dave, and the audience. It's
quiet
how it
on the
should
show.
be. It's finally how it should be.
I'm gonna open up the chat. Anybody in here? All right, you guys let us know what you think. All right, well, we are gonna move on to another news note. Metallica has announced of course, this has been the long awaited, everybody's known they were going to do this, but the Sphere residency, I feel like these are becoming very like obligatory for a lot of big acts.
Mhm.
They have announced an 8-date Sphere residency in it's going to cover the month of October of this year. And just like everything else, the ticket prices have been making the rounds, viral memes being made, people posting prices all over the place. It's insane what some of these resellers want for seats. We're talking like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a seat. I mean, I guess it's a limited engagement kind of thing, kind of a once in a lifetime experience to see Metallica at this kind of a venue. But I mean, Alex,
there's
are you
al-
a Metallica fan?
I am not. No, I don't. I honestly, I don't.
Boo.
I'm fine. Like, if they're on, it's whatever. It doesn't really engage me. I have a lot of respect for what they do, and like, they've gotten a lot of people into music, which is really great. They're popular for at least a genre they're in, which is really cool too. It's not. I've honestly never put on a Metallica record. I know them because of like pop culture. I know some songs and whatnot. I don't even know some of like the A-list songs just because it's never a band that's actually hit with me. But like I said, they're kind of in a, I give them their props.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, and I understand. I do get some of the bashing that gets done. People like to make fun of Lars's timing and some of the songs, and people love to claim that they sold out with the Black Album and all that stuff. I think they're awesome. I really dig them. Always been a fan, but I think it'd be one hell of a show. I just think I say this every time we talk about an artist going to the Sphere. I'd watch paint dry at the Sphere, which would probably be a very cool experience. I just think it's cool to see
The other
venue like
aspect
that.
of it being like at that venue is cool, but that also means it's not moving, which means you already, unless you live in Vegas or in the general area, you already have to drive or fly there, then get lodging. It's not like it's coming to your town or a town near you,
Yeah, it's a whole experience, but I think that's what draws people to this kind of a thing because it is that experience. Let's go to Vegas. Let's check out a show at the Sphere. It's
Yeah.
it's like a destination. So that's what that's become. I think it's cool.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Damn it! All right, well, he figured it out. There comes the Zoom.
There's the Zoom.
He figured
Anyway,
it out.
I don't know what
folks.
happened. No, I didn't
He
figure anything
figured
out.
it
I
out.
just decided not to work, and now it's working again. So
Yeah,
here
so we
are.
were just talking about Metallica
Yeah.
announcing the long expected
Sphere.
8-show residency at the Sphere in October.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. I got to get to the Sphere. I think the Sphere is incredibly cool.
We talk about this every time we talk about an act
I know. I love
going
it. I love
to
the
do a
Sphere.
residency there. It's
I love the Sphere. There's
Looks
also
incredible.
a golf course that you can like
all right,
almost
we're
hit
gonna move
at the
on.
Sphere. You can
Move on.
Drink.
drink.
you almost you almost hit at the Sphere on it. So the whole experience would be awesome.
The whole experience. All right. Before Matt gets too far down the rabbit hole, just want to let you know that this episode of the Guitar Dads podcast is sponsored by
Is it Keeley?
Keeley. Yes, it's no Keeley.
No. It's another. It's
It is
another.
Boss. No, not Boss. Damn it. I have it here somewhere. Oh,
Wait.
Copper Sound.
Copper Sound
Um,
pedals.
Copper Sound pedals. Alex, you want to hit on the mod now that we have you on, can you do a better job than we did last week about the mod club?
Sure. Yeah. No, I could see it being tough since I typed it out in the language that you speak.
I was just gonna say, well, how
Well,
could
maybe
it, I mean, didn't we just
providing
read the
some
ad
additional-
copy? Like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah,
Okay,
providing some
yeah.
additional details would be nice.
Yeah, no. All right. So, some of your listeners might be familiar with our DIY stuff, breadboarding, making solder kits, that type of stuff, circuitry, entry level to medium level, tools, all that type of stuff for like breadboarding and creating and having fun that way, kind of like electronic Legos. So, what we did was we've been working for about a year in the background on a thing that eventually was called Mod Club. And it's like a box subscription style. It started as the spirit of like a subscription box, like you see where it's a mystery
Right.
box. But we didn't want it to just be mystery. We wanted to let people know, hey, here's a calendar of like the next 12 months of what you're going to get. So you can kind of make a choice like, hey, this is for me, this isn't for me. And then as well as that, there's also still mystery items like tools, electronics components, the 3D printed like jumbo novelties. Essentially, every month a Mod Club member will be able to get a brand new circuit that's not available to the public. They'll be able to build along with me in a video, which I don't do on the regular stuff. There's also going to be something called Vault, where they'll be able to get access to stuff that doesn't exist to the general public. There's going to be a golden ticket thing, where each month there's going to be a single golden ticket where it's a value of
Nice.
$100 they can cash in. I'm going to be trying to do stuff with like live stream videos or maybe like one-on-ones. It's going to be like a community driven electronic like DIY experience with tons of extra goodies. It's $39 a month. The boxes ship the first of every month, and the first month we're doing, which we're shipping this week, is a Big Muff kit, which we've never done before. We've had a lot of demand for it, so the rumors are true. Yeah, and it's just you get on, and then every month it's going to re-up, and then the first week of the month you're going to get it. There's going to be fun mystery stuff in there, and it's going to actually grow. Like we're going to have suggestion boxes for a community. Maybe we're working with the idea of like an open forum type thing. Also, maybe fans can submit a suggestion for something, or we might have a contest where we'll pick something. We want to just have fun with it and grow it with the people. That's kind of the spirit of it. So it's essentially like it's a mystery box meets a curated thing specifically for this. Every month they'll be able to build something brand new. And we've it's only been open 2 weeks. We've got 100 people that have already signed up for it, which is really cool. We're working on those right now. And it's just been
Awesome.
super encouraging and exciting.
That's all. It does
Yeah.
sound really.
So if you guys
exciting.
want to, get a muff in a box, sign up for this club.
Right. Definitely. Love it.
Anyway,
Right. It really
All right,
is
well,
a
that-
cool idea, and I think it's.
it is
I
fantastic.
think you're getting a lot for this.
To our knowledge, just like a lot of our DIY stuff, I don't believe there's a subscription service that's monthly for electronics like this.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, I think this is very unique.
It's a unique thing. It's right. It's not just like a bunch of crap, right?
No, we're
Like
trying to
this-
sneak that in. We're
this-
going to sneak the
this-
crap.
Yeah, you're gonna
in.
put that in too, but that's not the main point of it. Which is, I feel like a lot of these mystery boxes, that's what they are. And we know,
Well,
like in the
speaking of-
guitar world, the mystery boxes are like these like stocking things that Premier Guitar does, which
Yeah.
is essentially like a contest. So it's kind of lame. Although,
Yeah.
there's other ones that are coming out that seem to be a little better, but not like a subscription like you're doing. So very cool.
Well, speaking of crap,
It's a dad joke on the way. And now here's your dad joke.
old timey guy. I don't think you joined us last week.
Yeah.
Did you join us last week, old timey guy?
Old timey guy did
know.
not join last week.
Old
It was a
timey guy
problem.
skipped out last week.
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. So let's hear it.
Well, to talk to the writers. The writing team, missed that one, but that's all right. Speaking of writing teams, so I submitted 10 puns to a joke competition. I thought, gee, with that many, one was sure to win. Sadly, no pun intended.
Oh. No pun intended.
Wow. Flat, landed flat. Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, I love that.
Glad one of you does. Anyway, moving on very
Moving
quickly.
on. Are we getting to the quiz again? Is there a quiz?
He's
Should we-
champing at the bit.
Yeah, he really is. Okay. Let's do it.
Can't wait to lose again. I thought. Wait a minute. I thought we were sticking with the old one, but we're going to go with that one, Dave.
We are, but I had to play the new one just for
The new one is fun.
shits and gigs. The new
Okay.
one, the new one really is fun. But
All right, play that
you know.
one and then like talk us in and do the intro.
All right, let's
Play
do it.
play the old one.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to test your knowledge, test your ears, and well, test for anything you might have. Grab your knob, crank your volume, and well, it's quiz eye for the pedal guy. And now your host, Alex Trebleback.
Yeah, Alex Trebleback. Hey, Alex, I hope you're going to join us at Treble Beach Golf Tournament.
Golf clap.
I gotta say, I heard that one last week. Didn't land either.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm going to keep trying it. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right.
What a bogey.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Are we getting into this?
Yeah, let's get
Are we-
into this. I'd say let's quick catch up for anybody listening. Dave and Matt are going head to head. I'm going to ask these guys a couple
prefer
questions
mustard.
about pedals, about the related things of them. They're going to enter for points. Our scoreboard currently has Dave at 15 points total, Matt at 5, and just
Oh.
like the last 3 rounds,
Whoa.
we're going to be going back and forth. I'm sorry. 15, and Matt has 10.
Oh, okay.
So only trailing by
Shocking.
5.
I'm in the lead.
You are
You're
in
on
the
the
lead, my
lead.
friend.
You're on the lead, bro.
This
Well, like
this-
previous weeks, though, Alex, you also sent me the questions ahead of time, so I appreciate
Oh,
that.
That's
wait,
true.
wait
Yeah, yeah,
a minute.
yeah. The most deliberating we did, Dave, was picking which ones you'd have to pretend to get wrong.
Yes, yeah.
You know.
Some of them seem too easy, so
Jeez.
we shifted.
Now
to
the
more-
truth comes
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, dude. Let's go.
Let's get
Let's
into
do
it. This is round 4. This is actually I changed it up a little bit, so bear with us. It's going to be a little different than just naming the knob this time. I know Matt's been
Oh.
practicing, but this one's going to be
I've been researching knobs the whole last like month.
delete that browsing history.
We're
Oh,
talking. Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
So what are we
we're
doing then? So what are we
we're
doing
talking
then?
guitar pedals, Matt.
Yes,
Guitar
guitar
pedals.
pedals.
Yes.
okay, oh.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be even across the board, but here we go. All right, the first one, Matt has been leading us off every round. We're going to continue with it. So here we go. This is for a 1 point because it's either a yes or no. And this is the category for both of you guys. Is it a tube screamer or not?
Oh.
Ooh.
All right, so Matt,
Okay.
your question, is it a tube screamer or not? The Keeley Red Dirt. Matthew.
I know this pedal. I'm going to say it is a tube screamer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at
Very
that.
good.
We need the applause, Dave. Where's the applause?
Yeah, geez, where's the
stinger?
applause? Hey,
The
what's
audience
this
isn't
now?
very excited right now.
It's only the first
there you
round.
guys
All
are.
right.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
all right.
It took a. You know what? Matt's so ahead of his time they didn't realize how good it is.
That's right. All
Yeah.
right.
Very good,
All right.
Matt. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
All right. It's now over to Dave. Same question, Dave. Is it a tube screamer or not? It is.
Same pedal.
The Nope. Yeah.
No.
It is for you, Dave, the JHS Moonshine.
Oh, well, I actually don't think I know that pedal. I'm gonna say, man, you got to think. Okay, I'm gonna say it is not a tube screamer.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
It is indeed a tube
Boo.
screamer, heavily modified. You guys both had heavily modified tube
oh, see
screamers.
that? You know what? You're right. That's what threw me
Yeah,
off.
the
'cause it
moonshine was
modified.
before he came out with the bonsai that had.
I was gonna
all of
say,
them.
is that
Yep.
okay? The bonsai, I
Yeah,
know.
the
yeah.
bonsai's
But it was-
not the only one.
But it was after the JHS 808.
Oh,
way back in
I
the
didn't
day.
even know about that one. Oh, okay, all right, good.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Matt's putting some points on the board because remember, we're at 15 to 10 in favor of Dave here. And it's not like golf, Matt. You want the higher score. here.
Okay. okay. My
I'm
scores are
sensing
so
a
high.
comeback here.
My golf scores are so high. I forgot about that too. All right. Anyway,
All right. All right. So here we go. Next round. Again, you can get 1 point because it's a or B instance. This one has to do with color. The question is back to Matt. We're going to talk here about the classic round fuzz faces. You know the fuzz face,
Oh.
the round guy.
yeah.
So
Looks like
which,
a face.
Yeah, it looks like a face. So they
it
have
does.
a blue one and a red one. Which color is the germanium one?
Oh God.
Look at Dave's over here. He's like, I got this. Even though I'm
Dave's
not
got
getting
it.
points. Which one
I've played
between
both
the red
of these
and blue is the germanium one?
Too. I've played both.
They
of these too.
even did a remember like the revamp they did the little
I do.
guys.
I'm gonna say that the germanium is gonna be the red one.
That is correct.
Ow!
Wow, there is a comeback
Yeah,
coming here.
I've played them both.
He's on a hot streak.
I'm sensing I'm gonna get knocked off my perch. Anyway,
I don't know.
all right.
The night's
All
young.
right.
All right.
All right, so here we go. This one's for Dave. This one has, forgive me, this one has a little bit more talking, which I know you're sick of my voice, but I got to give a little bit of the history preamble.
Let's hear it.
All right, so going back to the classic Big Muff Pie, there's been so many versions of it, right? Version 4 was the op amp one. It was made famous by, obviously, most people know Billy Corgan, right? The Smashing Pumpkins sound is the V4 op amp one.
Okay, you're right.
All right.
Yep.
Now, that looked like more of a classic Big Muff back in the day. When they eventually did the reissue, the smaller box, and what it would come to be known, anytime it was an op amp Big Muff, it would be either green or orange. Which color was
Orange.
the op amp Big Muff? Oh, he's going. That's
Final
it.
answer?
It's orange right out of the gate. That's it.
Ah,
Wasted no
One.
time.
He knew that
right?
one.
am I right? Crowd's cheering.
saying
so
you're
I must be
right.
right. Oh, yeah.
Crowd loves you.
Well, I don't know about
so
that.
I definitely would not have got that one.
The green one is the bass Big Muff.
Oh, very
Known
good.
for being the bass Big Muff.
Don't
All
ask
right.
me why I know both
Yeah,
of
that's
those and how
amazing. You
quickly I
knew
was
that.
able to answer that. But yes, I do.
All right, so we are putting points on the
Where are we?
board, and it's we're heading it back over to Matt. All right,
I'm gonna need a score update here because I need to
Someone needs
plan
to put
my
a score
next
update
answer.
on the screen.
Seriously, there really needs to be.
We need a
to get a
producer.
production team on this.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
All right, anyway,
So currently, Dave, you've got 16, and Matt now has 12. So
yes.
he's closed the gap by 1 so far.
And how many
Yes.
questions
And-
remaining?
We have got 2 questions remaining. The next one can get a point or no points, and the last one is for 3 points.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Oh.
let's go. Let's do it.
So you could tie it up.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If I
what
miss.
what do
Which
you
I
think, Dave?
won't.
There's a strategy of do I want to try or like what?
Exactly.
What are you
Like if he
saying? Okay.
bombs this,
Okay,
then
gotcha. All right. So it's back to Matt. Here we go, Matt. I need the fourth model in this lineage. So in the MXR Phase series, all the orange boxes, they had the Phase 45, the Phase 90, the Phase 100, and now they have a mini one on the market. What is that phaser called? It's the
God.
phase and then this number.
Oh man,
Dave's
I
over here.
don't.
He's like,
I
think
don't
got
know
it."
about these phasers.
You're familiar with the Phase 45, I'm sure, and the 90.
I've
might
heard.
be
I've heard
wrong.
of the 90 and the. Well, that makes sense to me.
Yep. The
45 and
Phase
the
100 has the 2-knob one, and I believe Hetfield played it in Metallica or somebody famous. It's got 2 where you can choose the waveform. It's a bigger box one. This fourth one in the lineage is a mini. It's their mini series where you can access a couple models, and it's on a tiny, tiny mini enclosure.
I'm just gonna
What
take
is
a
that
guess.
number?
I'm just gonna take a guess and say it's 50.
Incorrect.
Oh, it was a guess.
It is. Dave, do you know it?
No, I don't, but I just wanted to throw Matt off.
Oh, damn you, Dave.
Oh, that's part
No, I
of the. That's
ju-
part of
no,
the
no,
game.
that wasn't. That was not part of my strategy. No, I don't know it.
So this one is actually combining the 45 and the 90. It's called the 95.
Oh,
I was
cool.
going to say the 95 actually,
Not
but I
the
thought I was
50.
wrong about that. Really?
That's cool.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the 95, and then for some reason it entered my head like, no, that can't be because that's a whole different thing. That is the 90. Damn it! All right, well, that wasn't a point for me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right. It's so we're still at the 4-point gap. We're heading back over to Dave for the next question. All right.
So
and
I
again,
still have a 4-point lead with 3 points to give up. All right,
Jeez.
All right,
let's
this-
go.
this one again has a little bit of a history behind it. So
Damn it!
in the entire history of the company of Boss, Roland Boss, they
Never
have
heard of him.
they've only ever done one pedal with this number on it because the number sounds similar to the word death. So there's like it's got a cultural omen to it where they don't use it. So as an example, like DS1 that uses the number 1, right? And they've used
Right.
that number before. So that's I think you knew that we gave you a hint. This number that I'm talking about, Boss has never used this number with the exception of only one model ever. I want to say the history also says that this did not sell well. So it's kind of similar to what was it? Chevy made the Novo or the Nova, where like
The Nova. Yeah.
in Spanish it means
In Spanish,
does
means
not
no
go.
go,
Doesn't
does not go. Yeah,
Right, right. So
Nova.
Wait a minute.
what is the number that Boss has only ever used once on their model?
I
Do you have a
mean,
guess here?
I'm gonna have to guess because I don't know. I kind of didn't totally understand the question. I understand the question now, but as I was trying to think it out, it's got to be either 13 or 666. I'm gonna go, but that's too many numbers.
That's too many. That's too high. Like
way too many. Yeah,
Yep.
13. Right. That's the only one I can come up with. That means death. That's like bad luck. So I don't know, but I have a
Inc-
lead.
it's
I can be
incorrect.
wrong.
It doesn't matter. It's
That is incorrect. The number we were looking for is 4.
4.
They've only ever used the number 4 once. So they've used think about
Wait,
like
that means death.
so the word for in Japanese is
In
very
Japanese,
close to
right,
the
right.
word death. It's very
Oh,
close to it, so they don't use
gotcha.
it. So it sounds similar.
I see.
So,
Okay, I misunderstood.
Think about this: the DD3, the DD5, the DD6.
Yep.
They never did a 4.
A DD4.
Right?
Never did a 4.
There's
Oh,
DS1,
Interesting.
DS2, DS3.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So if they ever
Ah.
do another DS, it will not be the 4; it'd be the 5.
Wow.
Interesting.
So there you go.
Interesting. Okay.
Very
You learn
cool.
something new every week. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So where does that put us then?
So
Does Matt get another question?
Yep, we got one more round. This one,
One
is
more
actually
round.
this is a classic quiz eye. This is actually going to be Boss Pedals, and it's going to be name the labels.
Oh no.
So we're
Oh,
going
here
back
we
to
go.
we're going back to the roots, gentlemen, and
Oh, no.
it's in Matt's court. Matt, I need the 3 labels of this overdrive pedal from Boss. It's the SD1. It's that classic yellow
Yeah.
guy. It's their tube screamer with a asymmetrical clip
The
in it.
SD1, yeah, which I've never owned.
3
damn it.
controls. There's 3
Three
controls I need.
controls.
So you have a chance to get up to 3 points. You need these points, Matt.
No kidding.
You need them.
But I don't even know what the answer is. It's too hard. No, don't look at me like that. I'm gonna say one is drive,
Okay.
and one is tone, and one
Okay.
is volume.
So we got drive, tone, volume. It is drive, tone, and level.
Level. Damn it, you got me
We
with the
got
level.
2. I swear
me.
there was a episode, maybe last one or the one before, where you were like, every answer is level.
Level, right. You got me with the-
That's
but,
right.
But,
yes,
but
you
I
did
thought
say
about that and I was like, no, I thought boss is more straightforward. But apparently not.
They're not.
All right, so we got 2 points though, and you know what? That honestly puts a little bit of pressure on Dave. This is the
It does.
final round for Quiz Eye here, and it's a boss pedal as well. Try to keep it even across the board. Dave, we need the 3 controls for this overdrive pedal. It's the Blues Driver, the BD2, the classic Boss Blues Driver.
You did own one of these, Dave.
I did own one of these a long time ago when I first
It
started.
was one of
in,
your first pedals.
in
I remember.
electric.
I was there when you
It
bought
was. I had a DS1 and a Blues Driver.
it. And the Blues Driver, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Zoom is killing me over here.
The Zoom is it's just classic
Zoom is great, especially for an audio podcast.
podcast, right?
You know,
If you're
it's-
listening to this, you're like, what are they laughing at? This is so dumb.
Alex keeps zooming his camera.
Yeah, in
And
case
when
you
it was
don't
like,
see. Yeah.
You know, no pun intended, quizzical kind of looks, or you know. I'm gonna say level, drive, and tone.
All right, so you got level,
That's what I
drive, and
said.
tone. We were looking for level, gain,
Gain.
and tone. Oh,
They
that's
got you on the
tough.
gain.
Gain.
Well, you got the 2
Alright.
points, Dave. So you're still beating me.
You got 2
Let's
points.
Let's add them up. Dave, this round you had 1. You had 3 total. Matt,
Damn,
Jeez.
not a good
you
round for
had
me. Not a good one.
It's all right.
2.
I'll get it.
We had 4. So 4 for
Still
Matt.
get the prize.
So that brings us to, here we go. Dave, you are at 18. And Matt, trying to fill some gap here, you're at 14.
Oh,
Only behind by 4 now. So you actually
I'm
let's
catching
take a
up.
look at this. Dave was ahead by 4 after the first round. After the second round, was still by 4. Then back up to 5, and now back down to 4. So we're keeping a good pacing here, actually.
Yeah.
I think maybe Matt's kind of drafting. I don't think anybody wants to draft behind Dave, though.
no, definitely
So-
not. Definitely don't want to do that.
No. Anyway, all right. Well, that was
Nice quiz eye. I like
nice
that,
quiz
Alex.
eye.
Nice work. Nice work.
Change it
Alex
up.
Treblebeck.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see
Another
you next
episode of,
time.
Quiz Eye. See you next time on Quiz Eye for the Pedal Guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Did
Moving
you guys
on.
get anybody to write in that they like the new one better at all? Because I think the original one's better.
You know what? We
Yeah,
should
we
ask
should.
more specifically. I think the original one is better, but it's still fun to
Yeah.
have the other ones. So, all right. What are
All
we
right,
getting into? Dave?
anyway.
You want to get into the gear?
Yeah, we needed some gear. I'm just gonna pull up my list over here. Yeah, there's
We're going to talk
a
about
few things that
Gibson.
we're going to talk about Gibson. Yeah, let's hit on this first because
Okay, go ahead.
my question to you guys is Gibson, because this is of course in reference to a 68 Les Paul Custom collector's edition that just came out, the Mick Ronson 68.
The Mick Ronson.
And let me see, what is the price tag on this? My question for you is Gibson, are they going crazy with these collector grade guitars? Is it unnecessary for them?
Yes.
You know, have they lost people because of
They yeah. Well, no. Yes and no.
Well, are they slowly losing like fans? Because what is Gibson offering us these days. They seem to be
I
coming
don't think they're
out with a
losing
lot of
fans.
these collector grade guitars. I mean, this thing's going to roll in at like 10 grand, right? I mean, this is unaffordable.
Oh,
for most of us.
that seems cheap for one of
Well,
these like special 100.
It does seem cheap for one
piece-
of these things.
yeah. For one of these like special collector edition things.
For actually,
But
yeah,
I
that's a good
also
point.
think,
For
like,
for like
maybe,
a collector
like-
piece with 100 made, this isn't that far off like a custom shop when you think about it, right?
I mean,
So,
right, but you know,
in terms of
granted,
pricing.
granted, I'm not a boomer, but I feel like this is like a little. I mean, you could tell me like David Bowie, Mick Ronson is not obscure. It's a little more obscure if we're honest, right? This isn't Kirk Hammett. This isn't Jimmy Page. This isn't
I
Eric
agree.
Clapton.
Yes.
Like we know who Mick Ronson is. Like does everybody like that? I feel like they're kind of scraping this a little bit now to come out with cool
I think
collector
the average
editions.
guitar player does not really know who Mick Ronson was.
Right.
But if you said the name David Bowie, everybody knows who
Everyone's
that
gonna
is.
know
So,
that. And Mick Ronson, like, you know,
Yeah.
he was the Bowie sound. Like Bowie had this really cool sound in that era. A lot of it was because of Mick Ronson. So I mean, I get like it's definitely cool. It's rock and roll kind of iconic stuff. But I agree with you. I think Gibson. I mean, the thing with Gibson is like they know that these things are going to sell out like immediately. They know that they have a market for these things, even if it's incredibly small at 100 pieces.
Yeah,
but
of course, because they
you
only made
know.
100 of these things, so these
Yeah,
things are gonna
and they
sell out.
keep
They probably
doing
already
this.
have sold out.
Right, and they keep doing this stuff. But but I agree with you. I think it speaks more to this, like Gibson is now kind of positioning itself even more so as a brand of like, look, we're just going to do incredibly high end cool stuff that's going to be inaccessible
Right.
to most people. Like the Gary Clark Jr. just came out and that just sold out immediately too. Right, that was like
Right, and
more
how
of
much was
a
that?
limited. That was a limited release as well. How much was
It
it?
wasn't as limited, I don't think, as this, but yeah. But I
don't
think
know.
to your point, and we've talked about this before. We've applauded Gibson in the past over Fender for kind of watering down the offerings and down to like back to the standard 50s, 60s, and then you get into like your custom shops and whereas like Fender, how many models and how many levels of those models do they offer these days?
Right.
Um,
The
but-
the Gary Clark is, in their defense, and I've said this, I've said this before. It is cool when they do these really cool custom shop things, and they're limited edition or they're just wild expensive, and then they release them with Epiphone, and then they release them with Gibson USA. So that part
Yeah.
of it is kind of cool because it's a little more
Yes.
accessible when they do
it's
an
a little bit
Epiphone
more
version.
accessible.
Like they did it with Greenie, they did it with the Adam Jones, which is incredibly
but are
popular.
they starting to lose
Yeah.
their way?
I think that's stretching it a little bit, but I think
Okay.
that the more that these come out, the more it's like this is why Gibson continues to be kind of a polarizing brand because they kind of are out there, kind of inaccessible, right? If we're honest, right?
Right.
It's not like Fender that slaps its name on Indonesian made stuff that's pretty inexpensive, right? Like they're not going to
Relative.
do that. I don't think they're ever going to do that. Yes, they're doing. Yes, the Epiphones are high quality and they play well and they're not crazy money. That's great, but like the Gibson stuff, especially like the kind of core stuff, it's just big money. It just is. So
Alex, you have a take on this? Alex is
I'm wa-
experimenting further with his new camera. This is interesting to watch.
I'm wondering if this is for like the generation that would know the artist. Like, okay, this generation knows this guitarist from Bowie from that era, and they're older, and maybe they have the disposable income for it.
100%
Like who's gonna know us? These people
that have the
They
money
might,
to buy
they
this.
might have the money, yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm wondering if that's who it's for. Because I mean, it's probably going to be for big fans, big collectors, and they're probably already going to be of that, generation, and then they have to meet the checkbox of the financial aspect.
right.
Right.
And I think that's increasingly becoming difficult. I came across a cool video by our buddy Rhett Shull. I say he's our buddy. We met him once. but but we still consider him. He's our buddy. Um,
Okay.
Alex is like, that doesn't check out. But he posted
He's a
video.
close personal friend. Yeah.
He put close personal buddy of ours. Anyway, no, but everybody
Reminds
knows
me of
Brad.
that Fresh Prince episode. If anybody gets that obscure reference there.
But
Close
he made a
personal friend.
video
Anyway.
about.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was that was
I don't know what
no,
you're
was that
talking
the
about,
Cosby
Dave.
Show? Or was that Fresh
Mm,
Prince? I may
don't know,
completely
man.
just have, like screwed up my references there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you're screwing up the references.
you know what I'm talking
to the-
about. You know what I'm talking about.
But anyway,
Anyway.
the point was made on his video that he put out a video saying like who's making the best Les Paul today. Is it Gibson? He basically said it's Gibson in the end. But I think he said that. But anyway, regardless, then he did a follow-up video because there was a big discussion in his comments about because in that video he said, hey, people talk about Gibson being really unaffordable. If you do the math on the inflation calculation, it's a little bit cheaper in inflation adjusted dollars than it was when it came out in the 50s, right? And so, and it's like that might be true, but the world was a different place back then and people had more disposable income. And I don't want to get into like economics of this, but everybody knows the fact is like our cost of living is a lot higher relative to what wages are these days, that people really
Right.
can't afford those things, right? And I think that's a really important point that we have to remember, especially Dave and I, because we do get into the kind of bougie side of things where it's like this stuff is relatively unaffordable, not affordable, right? A lot of this high-end gear that we love to talk about and pine over.
It's
and,
true.
it's kind of ridiculous when you put it in that kind of context. So like I feel like we should come back to earth a little bit. And I'm just saying like writ large the world of like not the entire kind of guitar content community like YouTube, because there's a lot of great channels that do like really inexpensive gear. But I don't know. I think we should remember like when we talk about stuff like this, like eight grand for a guitar, 10 grand for a guitar, that's way out of bounds when you consider like 2 to 3 grand is incredibly expensive relative to
That's right.
cost of living and all these things. So like to
Yeah,
bring
but
us
what
back
was
into
the-
reality.
Now Gibson, when they did the Jimmy Page 1275 reissue or that collector's edition, they only made 50, I think. So they're so they understand the audience. There's only going to be a very
they're not-
small
yeah.
audience for these things,
Right.
I get it, but at the same time, and this is relatively more affordable than that, but also a lesser known artist, so that's going to be factored into the pricing here as well. I just think like. Is this what true Gibson fans want to see right now? And to me, the answer is no.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
what
don't-
what
why
do
are we
they
spend-
that's an interesting question. What do you think true
What-
Gibson fans want to see, Dave?
I think true Gibson fans want to see, they want to see, quality instruments coming out of the Nashville factory at a relatively affordable prices.
I knew
and
you were
that-
going to go here. I knew you were going to go. What does that
Right.
mean to you? Relatively affordable.
relatively affordable. Like
Because now the studio is $1,800, bro.
Yeah, the studio's $1,800, and I think relative to other, here comes Alex with the Zoom again, or what did you?
Well, that's what I'm
that
saying.
was
Like the
was
studio
a-
used
hold
to
on,
be
hold on, let me-
quote unquote affordable as a Gibson.
It used to be
USA.
affordable, but relative to other boot, I think you have to. I think you're starting to compare. Like, I mean, are we comparing Gibson against like a boutique brand who might be up around like
No,
4,
no.
5,
I'm
6,000,
comparing it
right?
to
We can't
Fender.
comparing it to Defender, right?
Right.
And you can argue, we've had this discussion like set neck versus bolt on and the amount of the efforts it takes to make those versus
Right.
Fender, that kind of thing.
Carved top
Um,
versus not a
Carved top versus not carved
Right.
top. Yes, those things are going to cost a little bit more money. They take a lot more skill. I would like to see Fender continue to improve their QC about, in terms of like the typical 50s and 60s standard, in the Gibson USA line.
Right.
Stop
right,
putting
right.
as much effort in time into some of the custom shop things, and just continue to spit out better quality instruments at a relatively, and I understand
Fender
what
or
I'm
you mean
saying, but
Gibson.
Gibson at
Okay.
a relatively affordable price relative for their brand. Okay.
Okay.
That's
all right,
we have to make
fair.
that distinction. That's a distinction that's very important. It's not relative to the guitar world and the guitar, guitar world as a whole, but relative to their brand, right?
Right. Well, I don't know. I'll let Alex chime in since we're dominating this. Alex, if you have anything you want to chime in on.
No, I think I'm a little stuck on thinking about the question you asked, Matt, of like, what do Gibson fans want to see? You know what I mean? And I myself am not a fan in the aspect of like, I've owned them. I have played a lot of them. I've sold a lot of them when I worked at the store.
Yeah.
I appreciate a lot of them. I know their acoustics better than their electrics, and I probably know their semi-hollows better. And I feel like Gibson always is doing like the thing is it a 50s neck? Is it a 60s neck? It's the old school traditional thing with maybe modern techniques, do that well. I feel like Gibson does this thing where they build their lineup and then it's so confusing that they shrink it down again. Then they build it up, then they
Right.
shrink it down a lot of
Right.
times, you know?
But
And
at
I think
least they shrink it down.
100%.
True.
You're right about that, Alex. Yeah.
True, yeah. And I think I'm with Dave where it's like it might be a bit of a feels generic cop out, but I think they just want to see a solid creation that checks the boxes of the classic vibe thing, that the reason that they're buying that thing with the modern quality control, and just at a price that I think they already know it's going to be what you would expect plus 10%. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
something like that. Like I feel like that's where it gives, like, people pay to have more on the headstock, even if you could prove the Epiphone one was 90% of the way there. They
Right.
want to have a Gibson. Like
They
there-
want to
there's
see
something
Gibson on the headstock. As
I
well.
am that
100%
person,
right.
Alex.
they want.
Matt,
They want
you are looking
yeah.
at that person.
Yeah, they want to play that. They want to play that. They want to have that piece of history, and I feel like that's what it is. Both big guitar brands. Maybe Fender leans in more into some of the modern stuff a little bit more, but generally they're both trying to every year make the best thing they can that came out in the 50s. You know,
Right. I
That's
think,
what
but I
they
think
need to
I think you're
start-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Go ahead,
feel like
Dave.
they really need to start capturing a new audience into the guitar stores, because there are still plenty of people out there, and may, in some cases, may rightly so, be complaining about QC, and some of these guitars are very heavy and this and that. They have all the typical complaints you hear about Gibson, about the Les Paul specifically. I think they really need to capture a newer audience to come out to these, go to your local guitar store and pick one of these things off the shelf and play one before you complain about it, or you listen to what everybody else is saying on the internet, including us, for that matter.
Right. And I think
am I wrong?
Alex has got the point, though. No, I think Alex has a point. There's a reason why Gibson, has a slogan that says only a Gibson is good enough, because they're like, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to encourage that kind of aspirational brand. Like, this is what I want on the headstock, and I'm willing to pay for it. And I think what's clear is not everybody is willing to pay for it. And I don't think dropping the price by a few $100 is going to get people to all of a sudden be like, oh, Gibson's okay with us now, right? Like, no, like that's what Gibson is. And I actually appreciate, when the new leadership took over a while back and got rid of all the crazy models, and although they did bring back a bunch of studios, and that's incredibly confusing, which studio that there's a million studios, like 4 or 5 studio models now. But anyway, like, I think like it's a 60s or it's a 50s, like that's what it is. That's what you get. This is the price, like either take it or leave it. And I think that that's what they should be doing, because people are taking it. They're selling tons of them still, from what I understand. And people that aren't going to be into Gibson and just think it's unaffordable or just not worth the price, they're always going to feel that way.
Right.
That's how I think of it.
I think you're right.
I went to a training like seminar. I think it was in Boston when I was working at Guitar Center, and I want to say it was for Ampeg. And there was something that this guy said that has stuck with me since. And he was talking about back in the day, companies, and he's not specifically talking about amplifiers, but he was saying back in the day, companies would make products to facilitate a need. Oh, you're playing a stadium? I need this big amp. You're
Right.
doing a home recording? I would do this. Now, companies make models to facilitate a price point or tier, right? So it's almost like we have to hit this price point, do the thing that would hit this, not I need these features, do this. I need this. And obviously a feature is going to dictate a cost, right? Your one knob, like 5-watt amp is going to be cheaper than a Mesa triple rec with like
Right.
all the space knobs on it. You know what I mean? Like, so, but it's just, it's almost like a, hey, how do we're missing this in our lineup. We're missing like a 115. Now it's, hey, we're missing the 1799 point pre. You know what I mean? Like, feels like that sometimes when you see these very exuberant lineups and stuff like that of like, we almost have to have everything for every tier. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And you could probably translate that to every player or need to an extent. But it's just something that I thought of that had stuck with me.
No,
You
I
guys
think that's a
do you
great
guys
point.
feel that way too?
Oh, I totally feel that way, and that's like marketing, basics too. It's like let's meet the people where they are, right? Which is at that price point, right?
Mhm.
And I think you're right. Like, oh, I don't want to spend 2,300, but I'm okay with 1,800, right? Like, because I think there
Mhm.
are these tiers that people. So yeah, I think you're right. Like they specifically target these price points to get us there. So yeah, it's
Right.
interesting. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the Gibson thing, like I said, Gibson's just always going to be one of these brands that pisses people off because they just feel it's ridiculous. And then if you really want to get upset, look at PRS's prices.
All right. Well, this is a whole different discussion. Let's move on as we kind of
let's
round up
move
on
on.
time, because I do want to cover this real quick.
What do you
and
want
get
to cover,
Alex's
Dave?
take. The JHS Double Dragon octave pedal that just came out. And if you watch any of these demos, this thing is really cool. It's so the Double Dragon's like their new lo-fi octave pedal, octave up, octave down. It really shines if you watch some of the demos with the like a lot of single note playing and really thick, like beefy kind of like tones you can get out of that. I think it's very cool. I mean, it's not really your typical octave pedal, but it kind of harkens back to some of the older, the older, like the MXR Blue Box, the OC2, like pedals like that. You can get a lot of like some synthy tones out of this thing too.
Well,
Alex,
even
have you
like the
seen
Pog, right? Even like this
Well-
kind of, it's almost Pogish to some extent. No, you don't think so, Alex?
It can. I think it can be a little poggish. I've only watched a few demos, but yeah.
From a user standpoint, at face value, if we're talking knobs, it's got a similar outline of like a Pog where it's like a -1 +1, then there's a
okay.
volume and a dry.
Yeah.
At face value, you'd get that. Now, this is definitely something like this makes sense that Josh, their first octave would be this, because he likes like those having trouble reproducing sounds of yesteryear with like, your Octavias, right? Your Blue
Right.
Boxes, like you said, the Green Ringer type stuff, like where it's like can mostly handle one note, maybe a couple, depending on the intervals. Fifths and fourths might work, but complex stuff isn't going to work. And this
You're not
makes
playing
sense
chords
for,
with.
If you want
Yeah.
a complex stuff to work, there's a pedal I can recommend, Alex, that you know about. But anyway.
yes, the pitchfork. No, no. So here's the thing, like, yeah, you at face value you'd think maybe, because a lot of times when we think octave, it has both of them. We think digital, right? And I can speak to this point a little bit, and I don't want to make it feel like talking down to anybody at this point, but doing like a clean octave thing, like triple graph, right? Like Pog, like Eventides and some stuff, like all that type of stuff, right? The whammy, the OC5, things of that nature, right? It is incredibly, incredibly hard, and you cannot do it analog. It's just one of those things. It's one of the very few things that you can't do analog. So it makes sense that they're doing this, because that's what Josh likes, those old school, like it's kind of broken, like you kind of got to play
Right,
the
he
pedal.
does.
Because it's not to say they would never do a digital, because they've done digital stuff, but it's not to say
Yeah.
they'd never do it. It's just this makes sense for them. It's incredibly hard. It's a hard market to be in, even though it's a very small market. And I think it's a cool approach to just kind of like, hey, instead of trying to do that pristine clean, that there's only a few people, we're one of them, fortunate enough to be doing it. He kind of wanted, like, it makes sense that he wants to do something that's very characteristic, very full of its own life and like weirdness and like kind of idiosyncrasies involved and stuff like that, where like that's
Yes.
his vibe. He likes it's almost like his nod to the history of where octave started, even though a lot of it was just terribly awful, like for what it does, but like it does the thing. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
Yep.
Right.
the fact
yeah.
that they did a double sub octave MXR blue box, like, yeah, again, only handle one note because past that there's too much information, which is why you need digital processing.
Right.
It makes sense that he did this. The layout is familiar, going back to your thing, Matt, with the -1 +1
Well, that's why I bring it
volume
up,
and
yeah.
Very
blend,
easy
right?
to use in the dry. Yep.
But the sound is
Right.
not
Yep.
there because it isn't digital.
No, like if you were to get this and say, "Oh, it looks like Pog," it must be Pog. Now, obviously,
That's
again,
not
if
what
you're
it is.
if
It's
you're
not
if
not
you're
at all.
ignorant to it, that's fine, that's fair, but it's not going to be that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just
right.
it's just not. It'd be like seeing an overdrive that's called volume tone drive and go, "Oh, this is going to be a tube screamer."
Volume,
Right,
and then
right,
you
right.
level tone drive.
Level tone
right,
gain.
right. Level, yeah, it has to be level and gain.
Yeah. Oh, it's got the same
Yeah.
controls as Tube Screamer. Then you get it, and it's a crazy distortion, right? So you can't just
Right.
assume that the layout equals. It's just more of like a user. Like they're really good at the UI of stuff. So that's
Yeah.
really good for like the user interface. And I think it's smart. It's cool. It looks like the left foot switch is the blend, the volume, and the octave up, I think. And then the right one is the octave down, or I might got that backwards.
Oh,
But
geez. I don't
you
have
have
it
to
in
do
front of me.
both to get octave up and down together, I believe. So it is kind of separate, you know. And I haven't looked at the manual for this. I don't know if the blend and the volume, like where they are in the signal path, if they're parallel with it, but I'm pretty sure they separate it left and right. But
Oh,
I think
okay.
it makes sense for them. That's my thought.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah, it's definitely
Cool
a cool
pedal. I just wanted
pedal.
to
Yeah.
wanted to give it a mention quickly as we kind of came up on time, but we are kind of rounding out the episode here. So, Alex, before we sign off, any quick updates for Copper Sound fans that are out there? Anything you want to say before we go?
Other than like the Mod Club stuff that people should go check out, even if they're even thinking about like dipping their toes and like trying to breadboard and make some fun circuits and follow along and all that type of stuff. We've got some stuff on the horizon. Speaking of like pedals that we've never done before, we have the hopefully maybe like early April. We just got some of the final parts in. We've got a few things that are really unique that I don't think have ever been done. Some stuff that audio wise we've never done. Some stuff aesthetically that we've never done.
Oh.
There are a lot of things on the precipice. We're revamping our utility stuff. Yeah, we're just kind of plugging away right now with a lot of the DIY stuff and like doing a lot of
great.
like internal stuff.
Whoa, what's that?
Utility futility.
Yes.
I love that jingle.
Futility, futility. Futility, futility.
Yeah, just
All
I
right, well,
guess
that's awesome,
keep
Alex.
keep eyes on the space. We got some fun stuff coming out, and yeah, it's gonna continue to be a crazy ride, especially with the Mod Club and all that.
Yeah,
Awesome,
man. Cool.
Great.
All
Well,
right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all for listening to another episode of the Guitar Dads podcast. Again, at Guitar Dads podcast, Instagram, Threads. Come find us on YouTube. We're streaming these episodes live every week on YouTube just for fun. If you want to join the chat, ask a question, whatever you want to do. And I think that was it. And there goes Alex zooming in his new camera. All right.
right.
Well, that was this week's Guitar Dads podcast.
All right. Keep rock alive. Catch you on the